Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're opening up some sources from Blood Test UK. Want to, cut through the confusion about nut intolerance. Our mission is pretty direct. Give you the main reasons why getting tested really matters, especially thinking of resources available, like, say, in the Longbenton area.
Right. And the absolute crucial first point, I think, is understanding the difference. Intolerance is not the same as an allergy. Huge difference. When we talk intolerance, we mean things like bloating, gas, maybe cramps, perhaps some itchy skin or a rash. It feels awful, definitely, but it's not life-threatening like a true nut allergy is. But our sources, like those from Blood Test UK, show it's actually quite common. Maybe up to 2% of adults in the UK might have it.
Wow, 2%. Dealing with that discomfort daily. That sounds really tough. The sources do stress that living undiagnosed is just constant guesswork, right? So if someone listening is feeling this way, what's the real immediate payoff from getting tested? What do they gain straight away?
Precision. That's the immediate reward. And precision gives you, well, peace of mind. It's huge. Without a test, you might end up avoiding all sorts of foods unnecessarily, just in case. Testing tells you exactly which nuts, if any, are the problem. That knowledge is power, really. It means you can eat out with less worry, you know exactly what to look for. And it helps doctors or dietitians create a plan just for you, making sure you still get all your nutrients while carefully avoiding the trigger foods.
Okay, but you mentioned strictly avoiding. That sounds, well, it sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
For someone just finding out they have an intolerance, what's maybe the biggest pitfall when they start reading food labels?
That's a great question. Probably the biggest mistake is just scanning for the main ingredients, thinking, oh, it doesn't say peanuts, so it's fine. But nut traces can hide, in flavorings, oils, sometimes just from being made in the same factory. So that strict avoidance means being really careful with labels. Testing gives you the why behind being so vigilant.
Right. Being that careful must be easier with some backup. And this brings us to the location aspect our sources mention. Blood Test UK highlights services in Longbenton and Tyne and Ware. Why Longbenton specifically? What makes it stand out?
Well, connecting the dots, it seems to be about good access and community. The info suggests Longbenton has convenient testing centers, good quality ones with accurate tools. But maybe even more importantly, there's community support mentioned. Things like local groups, educational sessions, helping people learn to read labels, handle eating out. It makes the whole thing feel less lonely, for you and your family.
That support structure sounds key.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make the test itself super clear. If someone's interested, what actually happens? What's the process like?
It's actually very simple, really. It's just a small blood sample taken at a test center. The main thing to remember is the preparation. You need to avoid eating any nuts for at least 24 hours beforehand. That's important for an accurate result. And then you usually get the results back pretty quickly, often within just a few days.
Few days, that's fast. And say the result is positive. It confirms an intolerance. What happens next? What's the plan?
A positive result means it's time to work with a professional, usually a dietitian or maybe your GP. They'll help you figure out a safe eating plan. And here's something interesting the experts point out. It's not always a one-time thing. They often recommend retesting, maybe once a year or so.
Retesting? Why is that?
Because your body's sensitivity can change. It might shift over time, maybe due to lifestyle factors or other health changes. So regular checks make sure your diet isn't overly strict based on old information.
Oh, that makes sense. Your body isn't static. Okay, so the main message from this deep dive seems to be getting clear answers, specific answers about your health through testing is the vital first step. It turns that exhausting guesswork into a manageable plan.
Exactly. It gives you control. And thinking about that Longbenton example, the community support, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? We've talked about managing your own diet, but how could communities, maybe schools, workplaces, use this knowledge more broadly? How can they make shared spaces like cafeterias or kids' parties safer and more inclusive for everyone dealing with nut intolerance? Something to think about.